So we've got some reader questions from forum members that were posted in the Sand Troopers forums. So one of the first ones was a question regarding the sort of trend that's come up of lack of product at retail, lack of new product, and we're wondering what kind of distribution issues there might be. Is it at the retail level? Is it new products not arriving in the US in a timely fashion? That kind of stuff. We're seeing stores with empty pigs, they're not restocking, that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
What we've seen most prevalent is an issue with too much of Wave 1 product at retail. Going into each year, we support our lines fully, and we supported the Episode 1 movie launch, the 3D release, so we have a lot of product out there. It hasn't moved as quickly as we might like, so there's still a lot of product out there. That being said, we're now just starting to see, particularly in vintage, some of the new waves trickle in and starting to hit. So it hasn't been a shipping issue from China. It hasn't been anything development related. Purely making the room at retail for the new product.
Wave 1 backup.
That's right. I have to say another thing is calling the right number, and that's always the challenge when you have a kind of a moving kid target. Collector target is pretty steady, but it does change. So we hope that when we start 13 over fresh with Droid Factory, that we're in a good shape and call it right, and then waves will continue to flow.
Now, we've been seeing some questionable case assortments. We're wondering if there's a Wave 1 backup that's creating problems at retail, why Phantom Menace figures continue to be present in newer case assortments. We're seeing a lot of Qui-Gon, a lot of Obi-Wan. Why don't we see more new figures in each new case?
Well, a lot of it is when we make the plans so far in advance, we assume that certain A-list characters, Obi-Wan, Anakin, that those characters will remain the most popular. So we like to sprinkle those in throughout the lines and weight those so they're always present, while sprinkling in the brand new characters, the new tooling and the fan favorites and the kid favorites as well. So it's a balancing act, and traditionally some of those core A-list characters, they're just the best sellers. We always want them available. You always want a Vader at shelf. You always want an Obi-Wan at shelf.
I'll go further to say it can be troubling when your A-level characters start to slow down too. It might mean that fewer kids are involved in taking away the brand, even though it is vintage. But we've always found time after time that the better characters sell more in vintage than the more obscure characters.
A lot more.
And so we continue to plan that way because they basically, pay the bills for the tooling on the more obscure characters. So we'll continue that strategy, but try to call the right number.
What's the likelihood of continuing to see one big vehicle every year?
Nice to meet you.
I thought you were going to ask about the sail barge. When are you doing a sail barge?
Such as the sail barge.
There's no sail barge in the plan right now. We would love to continue doing big vehicles. There is not one planned for 2013 at this time. The MTT is rolling out now, literally. It should be hitting shelves soon. And to be honest, the performance of the MTT will in large part dictate how much we'll be able to support large vehicles in the future.
So everyone go pick up the MTT.
Yes, several.
And that's large. You were talking about new vehicles here. Of course, we'll continue to look to our tooling library.
Right, and exclusives whenever we can. We'll revamp, redo, and rejigger things to make it better and better.
Now, alright, will we be seeing more price increases in 2013? We had a $1 shipping price increase announced directly from Hasbro, which wasn't the best sign in the world. Will we be seeing more?
I don't believe we've announced pricing for 2013, but
and it's you're talking here to the global team. So the pricing decisions are always made at our country level, so they're just not here in this discussion. So what we do know is we have to respond to the situation that we have at the factories that we work with, right? So as China takes prices up or commodity prices rise, that forces us to take action too. So we don't know yet what the plans are though for 13.
All right. Now, in our questions for Hasbro thread that we started up in the forums, we have some people discussing, theorizing that online e-tailers get sort of like maybe some kind of special treatment or priority or better deals of some kind, because they're getting much better availability. However, that pushes the prices a little higher up. Does it reach e-tail before retail?
What e-tailers have an advantage of is they don't have to clear through what's on the pegs before they get the next waves. So this kind of gives you an insight into how our business works. We make our wave release decisions 4, 5, 6 months in advance. And so stuff is on the water, so to say, even as wave 1 is getting to the shelves. So e-tailers can always pick up the waves that are maybe in our warehouse and we can't get out to mass. That's a natural advantage. But again, pricing, that's all the decision of the retailer. So I can tell you that we don't have any special pricing by retailer. It's all the same. That's Hasbro's policy, standard industry policy.
Right. Will the convention exclusives going forward always be multi-packs? It seems like you're shifting more towards multi-packs rather than like individual clone repaints, that kind of thing.
No, that's a hot button. Yeah, that's a hot button. And I'd say necessarily. Yeah, I'd say not necessarily. I'd say that some of the exclusives that are over there this year have busted the doors wide open for anything. So
I'd say it's always kind of if you're developing one item, you want it to be a big contributor to Hasbro's Toy Shop's success here at Comic-Con, because this is the only show that we'll go to and set up every year. We're not doing New York. So, we have certain expectations of how the show's going to do. If all brands just did single figures, we wouldn't be able to basically pay for the booth space and the overhead to come here. So we like bigger sets because they roll up to, more significant.
And over the past 2 years at least, rather than doing a one-off something, we chose to do something that ties into something from our main line. So like Revenge of the Jedi and the Lost Line look in this case, we like to link it back to something in the main line while still providing something special like Jar Jar and Carbonite. So it's nice to do a multi-pack that sort of seeds the interest in something that we're going to be activating at mainline.
Has the Class 2 vehicle, like mid-size starfighter assortment, is the well kind of going dry? Because we've seen it kind of slow down and some less waves of new stuff. Has it been more challenging to come up with more vehicle releases?
Coming up with new vehicles has not been the issue. What we are seeing is the price has increased on those, so they have slowed down. What we're trying to do is in 2013, find a way of getting more vehicles, classic vehicles out there, as much new tooling as possible at a lower price point. So vehicles are so critical to Star Wars. We want to get as many out as we can. So I think we're going to see a change starting in 2013 with a new type of vehicle that is affordable and high quality in both classic and new vehicles.
We're doing the exclusives. We have a lot less rules with the vehicles, so you can expect to see me do vehicle upgrade to new vehicles whenever I can make them feasible.
Will the newly announced 12-inch figures, will those be coming, since they sort of have a retro feel with the 5 points of articulation, that kind of stuff, will they be coming in like retro vintage packaging, or will they have their own look?
They'll be in the line look, in the movie line look. So yeah.
One of the last unique vintage figures to be upgraded is Simalu, the Imperial Dignitary. Is there a chance we will see him soon? Maybe as an exclusive?
Not soon. Brian, unless you want to address. I know it is a high fan-to-man figure. It's one of those remaining boxes left to be ticked. He's not in the line. We did get Joe Costa. It's not the Imperial Dignitary, though. So
not on the short list.
But not on the short list. Guaranteed certainty.
All right. A lot of readers in response to the online retail situation, that kind of stuff. We're wondering if there's a chance that individual figures at retail level can be listed on Hasbro Toy Shop. Is that something that can be possible?
Don't we do that currently at Hasbro Toy Shop, or do we
for newer waves? We see the case assortments, but we don't see
not individual figures.
Really, in the past we have. I didn't realize that they had gone to just solid case packs now. I'm not aware of that. Sorry, we don't have the answer. That's
right. Is there a chance of seeing more comic packs or something along those lines to boost expanded universe representation?
We're 10 minutes ago.
Okay. All right.
I certainly hope so, Dan. Okay.
The force is strong with sandtroopers.com. Indeed.